Hey yogis, it's Maud here again, and welcome to your spine aware Hatha yoga practice. Hatha literally means sun and moon, or to kind of to bring balance between opposite energies, opposite um, objects, or opposite feelings, masculine, feminine, black and white, night and day. But in the modern application of a yoga practice, it basically means we're going to get from one pose to the other without necessarily flowing from one pose to the other. And so in today's practice, we're going to focus on this lovely little bony structure we call the spine, which we move many different ways. We bend left and right, fold forward and backs, we twist left and right. We get in these inverted poses that allow some space between each vertebra to decompress. And so in today's class, we may be opening the hips or engaging the legs and all these different things, shoulder stuff. But we're going to bring our attention into the spine and really notice what's happening and the structures around the spine that support it, that allow it to lengthen and open. And just bring the sensation into this piece in the body right here, inside our torso. And it could be literal spinal sensations, or you can just feel them energetically and just let stuff come up and, with no judgment. So I just have my trusty 2 blocks, which you may or may not need. Just make sure that you have something close to you that will make your practice more enjoyable and supported. Otherwise, just start here seated in Sukhasana or crisscross applesauce and take some time to set yourself up, perhaps really finding the time to sit in your sit bones, both sit bones down, and already lengthening in the spine. And you hear this a lot, from yoga teachers saying, lengthen the spine, lengthen the spine. What we really mean is allow some space in your body to feel uplifted and sit with pride, sit with your power. And so, with relaxed fingers, on your lap or on your thighs, yes, lengthen the spine. Allow a space and liberation in the chest area. And feeling heavy and grounded in the pelvis down towards the ground. Feeling some space and buoyancy from the pelvis up. And closing the eyes or keeping your gaze soft or low. Relaxing the shoulders down and just taking this time to be aware of what you are bringing with you here on your mat. Taking some inhales and exhales. And it's up to you how you want to do it. Inhale through the nose or exhale through the mouth, or you want to inhale and exhale through the nose. We're not going to change the breath just yet. We're just going to bring ourselves into this very aware state of arriving in our mat. And we really do mean to be here. There are no accidents. And so if there's anything that's distracting you or taking you away from the practice, tell yourself this is where you're meant to be. Notice areas that feel tight. Notice spaces in the body that are arguing with you as you sit still. Notice areas in the body that are antsy to move. And tell it, shh, I'll be there, we'll do that. But for now, let's be still. Now let's take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. As you take a deep inhale, notice the inflation in the belly and the entire rib cage, and then all the way up to the chest. Everything just kind of blows up. And then exhale. Gradually settle. And keep those inhales and exhales going using your breath and your pace. So you don't have to wait for me. But the next time you take an inhale, imagine all those structures around the spine. The muscles, right? The organs, your rib cage, your skin, the fascia. And imagine them just puffing up circumferentially, like 360 degrees. And as you exhale, everything comes back to home base. And so feel that expansion. Allow the breath to come in and down. And as you exhale, allow the breath to come up and out. Hatha, right? Sun and moon, in and out, inhale and exhale. Find the balance and do that for about 2 to 3 more times. And yes, I promise we will get moving here. Last breath, inhale. Expand, 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 expand. And as you exhale, and you can blink your eyes open now to see me if you want. But as you inhale, shrug your shoulders up towards the ears. And as you exhale, slowly drop them down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Next inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, make a circle. Join the palms together one more time. Inhale. And then exhale. Plant the palms on the side, just maybe your fingertips. Feel strong, feel settled here. This is your home base. Now just plant your left hand down, bend your left elbow, place your right hand behind the head, open up your right elbow, inhale here. And as you exhale, bending the left elbow and finding a nice lateral bend stretch to the left while planting your right hip down. Stretching the right waist. Do whatever you can to feel the stretch even in the skin, and then you deepen and deepen, deepen, deepen that lateral bend into your left side. Keeping the openness in that elbow. And after your next exhale, just slowly guide your right elbow towards your left elbow. Tuck your chin towards your chest, a little bit of neck stuff. Keeping the left hand planted down, your left palm strong and steady. Nice stretch in the neck right here. And then slowly release. Place your right fingertips down. Plant the entire right palm, left hand behind the head. Open up that elbow. Inhale, make space. And then exhale, bend the right elbow, lateral bend into your right side. So try not to look down or up. We try not to twist the body here just yet. Keeping your chest open. The breath is key here. And so if you're holding on to the breath, if that's your home base, is holding the breath. Notice what happens. Notice the stuff that does not get unraveled or allowed to open or encouraged to unfold. And when you exhale next, you just allow that unraveling and unfolding and opening to happen. And you just notice, that feels good if you do use the breath. Left hip down. And whenever you're ready, slowly bring your left elbow towards the right. Feel a tug in the back of the neck. Not too much, but enough because you're tucking your chin towards your chest. Slight pull in the back of the neck. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale here. And then exhale, slowly release. Lift your arms up towards the sky. Cross your thumbs together and then just let the rest of the palms touch each other. Squeeze your biceps towards the head. Open your chest, but send your ribs in. So get into the body. Notice an expansion in the chest, but feel the fire in your belly. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then this time we're going to lateral bend into your left side. Feel the difference between having one hand planted and this one where we're just sort of suspending the arms up, fighting gravity. Right hip is down, arms go to the left. Find that length and that stretch on that right side. Breathe. And then inhale back to center. Let's go the other way, crossing the thumbs. Beautiful. Try not to look down or up. Same thing. The focus is on this lateral bend stretch. Feeling that the sensation in the QL muscle, kind of behind that waist there. It feels stuck as we're sitting for a long time, or if we're in a position for a long time. It's always good to kind of remove the gunk in there. Inhale here. As you exhale, plant the hands down. Keep the length in your spine. Now get your sit bones down on the mat. So really know what it's like to lift your hips up and know what it's like to feel grounded on your sit bones down. And then slowly walk your hands forward, even an inch at a time. And keeping your palms open. The minute you feel your hips lift, stop right there, keeping the spine long. Inhale. And as you exhale, perhaps bending gently at the elbows and then finding the length in the back of the neck. And then just pausing right here. How does that lower back feel? How does the shoulder feel? How does the shoulder feel? Do they want to cave in to gravity? Because that's what we're used to every day, right? In front of our computers and our devices. Do the exact opposite of that. Big breath in. Get in the body. Big breath out. Lengthen the spine. Beautiful. Slowly walk the hands in. Plant your hands behind you. Point the fingers towards the front, towards your knees, opening up the chest. Again, get in the body. Like get your visual to be more internal than external. And then slowly lift your head up, opening the chest. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths here. The cervical spine is towards the neck area. The thoracic spine is in the middle, and the lumbar towards the lower part of the body. And so where are you feeling this at? It may differ each person. Slowly come back to center. And then place your left hand on your right thigh and your right hand behind you. Inhale. Vertical energy from the bottom up. Exhale, find your twist. Visualizing the twisting happening more on the spine. And I know twisting, it can be a sensation that you feel more in your viscera, in your organs, your belly, the muscles, perhaps the skin. But today, let's get a little bit more inside, right in that spine. And perhaps deepen that twist any amount. It doesn't have to be super big, but there's enough to make a difference and to feel a difference in the sensation. Slowly untwist, and then this time, right hand on your left thigh. Kickstand that left hand behind you, opening up the left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen first, make space. And then exhale, find your twist. This practice is perfect for those days where you feel kind of short in the front body. Maybe you've been hunching over, or maybe you've been doing a lot of ab work, abdominal work, and you just feel like a little bit of length needs to happen. And sometimes to get there physically, we have to feel it energetically. Slowly release the twist. We're going to get into our hands and knees or quadruped. Just make sure that the knees are really underneath the hips and the hands are spread wide with the fingers and the wrists underneath the shoulders. And then just, sway your hips left and right. A little bit of opening in the lower back. And then we're going to make this movement a little bit bigger so that you pick up one knee at a time. Again, descending it left and right. Feels nice in the lower back, yeah? Now keep the movement big, but this time you're not just going to pick up the knee, but you're going to pick up the foot as well. So slight opening of that hip. Just a little bit of bonus, yeah? 2 more times on each side. You may feel your glutes on fire. That's okay. And then plant everything down. And then let's get to our cat cows. Inhale. Drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the gaze. Thank you for playing in that little knee lift intermission. And then exhale slowly around the spine. Go the other way. Tucking your chin towards your chest and puffing up the middle back. Get in the spine. Puff it up, puff it up. And then inhale. Belly drops, gaze lifts. Spinal extension, and then exhale. Spinal flexion. And then feel free to take time here. Feel free to linger in either the flexion or the extension. If it feels good for you, you can always hit pause and move at your own pace. Always remembering this is your practice, not mine. I'm just here as a guide. And so if you feel like this is too fast, I need to move slow, or maybe I just need to pause, please do so. Otherwise, if you're doing this with me, one more extension, arching up. And one more extension, rounding out. Nice job. Slowly come to center. Step the left foot between the palms, the right foot between the palms, and then make your way up into this square lunge. I want you to interlace your fingers together. And the whole time that we're here, since the left knee is down, engage your left glute, opening up the left hip, yeah? So open up the palms to the space in front of you, and then keep the spine long. We're just going to round up our upper back, which means the shoulder blades are going to travel away from the spine. And then inhale, we're going to retract the shoulder blades towards the spine. But nothing changes in the spine. Really, you're just protracting shoulder blades away, retracting shoulder blades towards the spine. Rounding the upper back, squeezing it in. Rounding and squeezing. Keep doing that 4 more times. Like I said, you're still upright. There is still a lot of space in your chest. 1 more time, forward and back. Release the hands and place your right hand behind your left glute or your left thigh, and then inhale your left arm up. You can look up towards your hands. Feel this lift in the arms from the side of the ribs. And keeping your left glute alive, slowly send the hands back. So you feel the spine long, but at the same time going back and a little bit of arching. Inhale here. As you exhale, plant your left hand outside the right leg, keeping your hand behind that left glute or your left thigh, and slowly twist towards your right. Sit this right hip down, allowing space from the top of your hip all the way to your armpits, so there's nothing that feels short in the torso. Not a super big twist here, but again, enough to feel sensation. That entire right foot is down. Inhale here. Exhale. Now you can grab a block if you want. I'm just going to show this with the block variation. Place the block by your left foot. Plant your right hand down there. Now squeeze the glutes to allow a little bit of your hips to travel forward. But then inhale your left arm up. And as you exhale, relying on the hands on the block, find that bigger arch this time. If you don't have a block, you can tuck the toes in the back and reach for your heel. Otherwise, reach out for any body part that's reachable to you. Yeah? And as you guys know, you don't have to have a yoga block. You can use an empty tin can, a big book, whatever it is. That brings the floor closer to you. 1 big breath, inhale. And then slowly release, exhale. You can get rid of the block. Keep the left knee where it is. Just step the right foot forward for a nice hamstring stretch right here. Fold forward, your fingertips can be down, or you can use the blocks once again with your palms down. Inhale to allow space in the spine. And as you exhale, sending your right hip back, relax your right foot so it's a true hamstring stretch. If you engage that foot, supposedly that's more of a nerve stretch. I don't know much about the science really behind that. And it's just interesting how the sensation is different between really flexing that ankle and engaging that ankle and relaxing the foot. So right now, we're getting into a hamstring stretch, but like I said, that's a bonus because our sensation and our focus and our awareness is more in the spine. So keeping it long. Pretend there are lungs behind your hamstring. Breathing in and out right there. Last breath right here. And then slowly rise. You can place your hands on the hips or you can step your right foot back. Come into this high kneeling position. And you can place your lower back on, you can place your hands on your lower back, opening up the elbows and the chest, squeezing the glutes in. Then on an inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Nudge your hips forward by using the glutes. You can keep looking forward right here. If looking up and back is comfortable to you, do that. But we're not going to do full camel pose. We're just going to support our backs here with our hands. Inhale. And then exhale, slowly come forward. Now left foot comes forward this time. Still finding that nice square lunge. So make any adjustments that's necessary for you. Since the right knee is down, engage the right glute. Interlace those fingers once again. Palms facing forward. We'll revisit the protraction and the retraction of the shoulder blades. So we're just going to move the shoulder blades away from the spine, towards the spine. And I believe we did this 8 times on that first side. Do this at your own pace, finding the balance, discipline over distraction, yeah? Like I said, there are no accidents. You were meant to be here. You chose to be here. Make the most out of your time here so your time and energy are not wasted. And you actually kind of get what you asked for, yeah? One more time. Nice job. Slowly release. Place your right hand on your left thigh, outside your left thigh. Left hand on your lower back. And find this twist, opening up the left shoulder and the left elbow, sitting your left hip down. Be aware of how the breath helps. Also be aware of how the breath restricts, depending on what kind of breath you brought with you today. Last breath right here. And then slowly come to center. Move your left hand either on your right butt or your right hamstring. Inhale your right arm up. You can look up, lift from the side of the ribs, and as you exhale, or maybe inhale, whichever is comfortable to you, whoops, you find this nice arch in the spine. Meaningful breaths here, guys. Reach up, reach up. Feel the fingers alive and awake. And then exhale back to center. You can grab one of the blocks if you want. Again, putting it inside that foot. This time you're going to place your left hand on top of your block or your heel or any body part. Using the glutes, shifting the hips a little bit forward, lift up the arm, the right arm. Revisit that arch, but now the arch is a little bit bigger. Get in the body. Visualize what's happening to the spine. Ooh, beautiful space. All these organs, all these structures around the spine in your torso, beautifully organizing and integrating to make sure you enjoy this pose. Nice job. Slowly release. Keeping your right knee where it is, just step your left foot forward. Find your hamstring stretch. Again, you can always use both blocks or put the blocks aside, be on your fingertips, whatever feels good to you. But always starting with this meaningful inhale to make space. And then as you exhale, find your fold. Again, I'm just going to offer the option to relax the foot for a deeper hamstring stretch. And if you engage the ankle, supposedly that's more of a nerve stretch. Or you can do both since we're hanging out here for a little while. Relaxing the face, taking the tension in your jawline away from this practice. And just be a little bit lighthearted. I can't talk today somehow, but that's okay. We're all human. We're trying our best. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. And then slowly slide the foot in, coming back into high kneeling position once again. This time you can place the blocks outside of the foot. Some people like it on top. I've seen that and I don't like it, but if it works for you, you can do that. That's an option too. But place your left hand on top of the block on your left side first, or just place your left hand on your left heel or any body part. Inhale your right arm up. You squeezing the glutes to nudge the hips a little bit more forward. As you exhale, keep the left hand on the block and just reach the arm forward while you reach your hips back. Whew, breathe in. One last breath. Let's do that one more time. Inhale the opposite direction. Hips forward, arms up and back. Using those glutes. Take the lower back away from this exercise, this practice. And then exhale. This time hips back, arm forward. Reach, reach, reach. Relax the back of the neck. And then slowly relax. This time right hand on a body part on your right side or the block. Inhale your left arm up. Ignite the glutes. And find that nice arch. Spinal extension. Beautiful. Lift your heart up. Fingers are along for the ride. Super engaged. Lifting you up and uplifting your mood. Slowly opposite. Hips back. Left arm forward. This may feel a little bit awkward, but feel two opposing forces of energy. There's a person grabbing your hand forward. There's another person holding your hips back. One more time, alternate. Glutes alive. Your choice how deep you want this. You can even just stay a little bit more upright than arching. Totally up to you. And exhale, do the opposite. Hips back, arm forward. And then slowly release. Good job, you guys. Set the blocks aside. Get into a forearm plank. Plant your elbows down. Make sure that the hands are spread wide. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Squeeze everything towards your midline and direct your tailbone towards your heel. We're just going to take these walks into a dolphin, back into a forearm plank. But get in the body, visualize what's happening to the spine. Walk your feet in, lift your hips up and back, and then walk your feet back, come back into forearm plank. We'll do that 4 times. That was number 4. That's the good news. We've already done 1. Walk your feet in, lengthen the spine. Walk your feet back. Finding some nice shoulder strengtheners right here. 2 more times. Nice job. Walking back 1 more time. Pressing your elbows down. And then walk your way all the way back. Stay right here in this elbow plank or forearm plank, engaging the muscles on the side of the ribs, underneath the armpits. Squeeze everything in. 4, breathe. 2, plant the knees, plant your hips. And then cross your left hand towards your right elbow, right hand towards your left elbow. Get into a Sphinx pose. Shimmy, shimmy the hips and the lower back left and right if that feels good. Relax your feet down. A bit of engagement in your glutes. And then open up your chest a little bit, squeezing shoulder blades towards each other, allowing the shoulders to actually rise a little bit and elevate. But just drop your head down, not over tucking your chin towards your chest, but just enough to feel a sensation in your cervical spine, the part of the spine that includes the neck. Just breathing in and out. I hope you guys are doing well. Still in the practice. And keeping your chin close towards your chest, slowly look past your right shoulder. A bit of stretch in the side of the neck. Again, getting into the body. So pretend you are your own walking X-ray machine. So visualize what's happening here. So a bit of twisting in the neck. And then slowly do it on the other side, keeping the chin close towards the body, close towards the chest, past that left shoulder. Breathing in and out. And then slowly come to center. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes in the back. Just press yourself up, walk your hands towards your knees and sit towards sit your hips towards your heels, tuck the toes in the back. Inhale right here, just find a nice breath and lengthen the spine. And if you can plant your hands down on the mat or you can lift one knee after another. Find a nice balance here. Also some ankle engaging moves like right here. Maybe your toes and ankles are wobbly left and right. That's okay. You're just looking for your own balance. Sending your ribs in. You can place your hands in front of your chest. Find a focus. Again, discipline over distraction. Notice if the spine is starting to lean forward or lean back. Keep a nice vertical energy from the pelvis up to the crown of your head. Ooh. And gradually plant your fingertips down. Stand your way all the way up. Feet underneath the hips. You can do that by curling or uncurling your way up to a standing position. Nice job. So now you're in the back of your mat. I want you guys to step forward with your right foot. Right here, just kind of a good distance. And let the hip points point forward. So your right foot is forward. And try to see if you can find this nice angle here in the body where you're not tempted to fold forward just yet. You're also not trying to lean back. So find this nice vertical energy like I said. And so keeping the legs super strong and keeping both feet down, you can place your hands on your hips and slowly send the hips back first. And then you hinge forward. Lengthen the spine. Slowly come up. Let's do that 2 more times. Fold at the hip first, your hip flexors. Sending it back and then lengthen the spine forward. Finding space in the back of the neck. Softness in your jaw. 1 more time just like that, folding forward. And then get your spine to be as parallel to the floor as possible. If you have those 2 blocks, and they're just accessible, then find your intense leg stretch here. I may have forgotten to say this, but the left foot in the back is not necessarily right behind that right foot. You can railroad track it so it's all over on the left side. Just a nice even space for your pelvis to breathe. Inhaling here. Exhaling, finding your own fold. It's your fold, so you don't have to look like me. You can even fold deeper, that's okay. Nice job. Inhale. And then exhale, bend the right leg. We're coming into a nice crescent lunge. So in this crescent lunge, we're going to lift our arms up, but your back heel is going to be lifted. Gather your lower belly energy, lengthen your tailbone down towards the ground, and lift up through the side of the ribs. Get in the body. Feel this length and space between each vertebra in the spine. All 10 fingers are engaged, inhaling. And as you exhale, drop the left heel down, point your left toes in, and then find a nice warrior two pose. I apologize, I'm facing away from you, making sure that your right heel is kind of aligned with your left arch. Lengthening your tailbone down, arms are long on the side, and stacking your shoulders above your hips. Flip your palms up. And then plant your left hand down. Inhale, right arm lifts. Reverse. The reverse warrior. And find the strength in that left side and the length in the right side. Not that both sides can be strong. Just more space on that right. And then coming back to warrior two. Just pivot the back heel. Make any adjustments in the feet to come back into the high crescent lunge. Super strong from the legs, from the hips down with the legs. Super buoyant and spacious all the way up. Find that nice, intense leg stretch once again, planting the back heel down, making any necessary adjustments. Breathing in and out. Notice if any rounding is happening. It's definitely involuntary in most cases. Sending your right hip back and up. And then bend the right leg. Step forward with your left foot. And then inhale, arms rise, torso up, arms up. Hands to prayer. Nice job. Hands on the hips. This time we're going to step our right foot back so that our left foot stays forward. Make any adjustments in your railroad tracks. Once again, entire left foot is down. Again, mindful if the tendency now is to lean forward right away or to lean back right away. Nice vertical energy here. Hands on your hip points, sort of squaring them towards the front. Once you feel a nice strong base with your legs here, point your fingertips towards your hip flexors, sending them back, or as if they're sending them back. And then nice fold forward. You don't have to lock that knee in the front. Just lengthen it. Come up. 2 more times. Sending the hips back first. Finding length. Nice job. 1 more time. As you hinge forward, you can get it as parallel to the floor as you want, or using your blocks to find a nice intense leg stretch. If you can reach down towards the floor without rounding your spine, go ahead and do that. You're a lot more mobile than I am, or a lot more flexible than I am. I'm going to use the props right here, sending my left hip back and up. Again, railroad tracks in that right foot. No big expectations here, but perhaps big sensation, yeah? Breathing in and out. And then we're going to transition to our high crescent lunge. So bend that left leg deep, pivot the back heel, lift the back heel, lift your arms up. Again, gather your lower belly energy, lengthen your tailbone down, lift up through the side of the ribs. And some days my crescent lunges look different. Today I had a really hard workout in my legs. So I'm a little wobbly, I'm a little shaky, but that's okay. That just means that there's work that's being done. Take 1 more breath here. Be okay with being here. And then plant your right heel down. You can send it back. Make any adjustments to find your warrior two pose. I'm finally facing you, yeah? Direct your left knee towards your left pinky toe, stacking your shoulders above your hips. Super strong legs, arms down. Nice long spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Flip your palms up. Right hand down, left arm up. Reverse this warrior. Length over on that left side. Getting in the body. Be your own x-ray machine, yeah? What's happening inside? Lateral bending, opening up the left hip. Super nice sensation on the left side, inhale. Coming back to warrior two. And then let's pivot the back heel once again for our high crescent lunge. Hatha, sun and moon. Inhale, exhale, masculine, feminine. Find your intense leg stretch once again. Make any adjustments in the feet. My super trusty blocks for me. Definitely working the magic. Inhale, lengthen the spine and your patience. Exhale, find your fold. Nice long line right here. If you look at the spine in this aspect, in this view, it's almost like the cervical, the thoracic spine, and the lumbar spine all aligned. And in most cases, they're not, which is okay. We just take the time to maybe make any adjustments since we are sedentary, we're living modern lifestyles. So we're doing the best we can. Bend the legs. Right foot meets the left. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Remove the blocks out of the way. And then we're going to shake the body. So plant your feet a little bit wider than the hips. Shake the legs. And look at your thighs, like see that jiggle and also feel that jiggle. And no matter how big that jiggle is, it's totally cool. We're not trying to look like supermodels in here. We are trying to just enjoy the body, move it, even crossing the arms. If your shake looks a little bit more like this, where you're kind of like flicking water out of the bathroom, you know when the bathroom runs out of tissue paper, or I should say paper towel, hopefully not tissue paper. You're kind of just flicking that water all around. Just shake it, shake it. And then inhale your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Direct your feet a little wider than the hips. And then come down into your malasana squat. Watch the heels. If the heels are a little bit lifted, plant something underneath the heels like a pillow or a blanket. Or you can press your hands down. But then this is a spine class, right? So focus on the spine, open up, lengthen up, and use the elbows inside the legs as a leverage to make that happen. Try not to cave in. Legs pressing in, elbows pressing out. Hatha, right? Sun and moon. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly plant the hands, lift your hips up. Find a dangle. Whew, these inversions are my favorite. Plant elbow to elbow with your hands. Swing left and right, loosening up the lower back. Nice job. And then slowly plant the hands down. Plant one knee at a time. And then make your way on your backs, please. Send both knees towards the chest. And rock left and right if that feels good to you. I mean, how can that not feel good to you, yeah? Left and right. Bit of massaging on the lower back always feels good. Now lengthen the right leg forward. Squeeze the left knee in. And then slowly send this left knee to the right. How does this twist feel now that you're supine with your back on the ground? Convince your left shoulder blade to be a little bit more intimate with the mat. Feel it nice and heavy, and maybe you can turn your head towards that left arm. Release from this twist. Squeeze the left knee towards the chest one more time.
Send that right knee in, squeezing it in, and then send it towards the left side, twisting again. Still coming and down to the ground. It's just a little bit of a different sensation in anything that we're doing with the spine, with the twisting, with the lateral bending. It's kind of easier to give in to gravity, and so just let everything melt. Revisiting the sensation that I talked about at the start of class. When you inhale, feel everything expand circumferentially and like really feel like a balloon is expanding inside the body. And as you exhale, feel the back body soften down towards the ground. Last breath here. And then slowly release from this twist. Find your final resting pose, your shavasana. You can have your feet up the wall, you can have your feet up the couch, up a chair, but ideally nothing touching your fingers and your toes. Take your nice deep breaths right here. Inhale. And then exhale. Expand everything in your torso. Inhale. Exhale out. One more time. And then we melt. Shavasana. Enjoy. If you would like a longer shavasana, feel free to hit the pause button and enjoy the rest of your practice yourself. Or if you want to join me, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, move your fingers and your toes. Wiggle your hips, wiggle your shoulders, plop the ankles out, move the legs, whatever feels good. Whatever it takes to remind you that we are moving and breathing beings, and we definitely need to acknowledge everything that our body does to keep us on this side of the dirt every day. Send your feet together and inhale. Send your arms back for a good morning stretch. Long and strong. And as you exhale, bending the legs, turning to a side of your choice before you push yourselves up into a nice, comfortable seated position in crisscross applesauce or Sukhasana. Back to where we began. So notice any liberation, any more space that you may have created. Maybe some tension is gone. Maybe you feel better, breathing better. The energy level is a little bit higher. Acknowledge all that. Hands pressed towards heart center, thumbs touching your chest, and bow your head towards your hands. Thanking your body, thanking your mind, thanking your soul, and thanking the people around you for actually supporting you as you take this practice, whether you do it every day or it's just a part of your lifestyle. People who support you in your self-care are, my kind of peeps. These are people that keep in your life who truly understand how important it is to take care of ourselves and to actually take the time to heal and settle and breathe. Inhale here, please. As you exhale, take a deeper bow into yourselves, your practice, your inner guru, and with a word of gratitude. I thank you so much for sharing your practice today. I really do feel deeply honored to guide you guys in your practice, whatever it may be. I have a lot of other classes on my website, but I appreciate you all. And from my heart to yours, Namaste, namaste, namaste. Om Shanti. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye and take care.